So a question that gets brought up a lot when chatting to other embroidery shops: how often do you change the needles in your machine? And generally, what does the maintenance schedule look like for one of these embroidery machines? I'm going to take you step by step through what I do here to maintain our embroidery machines. Hopefully you can take something from it, but let's just jump straight into it. Let's go. Start things off, what tools do we need for our monthly maintenance? A couple of brushes, an old toothbrush, small paintbrush, Allen keys, duster, an old t-shirt here, box of new needles, scissors, and some magic solution there to clean the bobbins. So the first step we're going to do is pull the top plate off there, clean the bobbins, and generally clean this area. And then we get into our needle rotation schedule, if you like. We're going to change some needles, but we're not going to change every needle. And I'll show you what I do, why we do it, the needles that I change, and then we shift them down on the machine so we're not using the same needle just time and time and time again for the popular colours. But we'll get into the needle change in a minute. So for the time being, let's clean the bobbins and then we'll work on the needles. Is throw our old scrap t-shirt down there just to collect any debris that falls out. Now on these Baradons, the cover here is spring-loaded on the multi-heads. On the single heads behind me, they're not, they just sort of pop open. So what you can do is, there is a little access hole there, and you can jam a little like 2mm Allen key in there, and it just holds that open. And then simply bobbin comes out, thread out of the bobbin, and we're going to throw it into our magic solution. Now this, I get a lot of questions about this on Instagram stories. This is just surgical spirit, or like a light alcohol cleaner. Now I put the bobbins in there just to remove any of the, you know, every time you like daily oiling on the hook and stuff, just to remove any of that oil, any of the grime that gets stuck on the bobbins. Or on the cases, sorry. It just gently lifts all of that. So let's get in, let's just get this cover off. These machines are not, they've done a lot of work last couple of weeks, and it's mainly the 3D stuff, you know, where you've got the foam, or if we're doing large applique runs, we get a load of felt and stuff underneath this cover. So this is a real quick, cover comes off, and look at all the threads in there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's not good. Still more in there. This has been, I think this is 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So yeah, 4 weeks worth of work. I mean, we do a fair bit of work. So we just take our brushes and we just lightly get them there. I'm not using any chemical on this stuff. It's actually, this machine is generally quite new as well. So, but we just get in there, remove, there's still threads, look, everywhere. Remove any of this. Get in there with our slightly softer brush as well. That really push that in there. Get the cover nice and clean. Quite therapeutic, this. It was all fun until you get 13 heads of embroidery in, and it takes you a good day to maintenance all your machine, and then just take your I've got a duster here. Normally I use a rag or a microfiber cloth, and I just finish up in there. It's mainly as long as that trim, you know, your blade there and your knife is all clear, where I just pulled all that out. I can't believe that was in there. Just bird's nests of threads. And then even in there, look, all you got, so this is all that 3D foam I was talking about. It just, oh no, that's the felt, sorry, from like applique embroidery. It just goes everywhere. always think like we're breathing this in as well. My lungs must look like this. So that's pretty much it. A very quick bears. You know, this is just the bobbin case. You know, that's all nice and clean there. Like I say, this machine is actually fairly new. We only got this probably a couple of months ago. We had a 4-head in here. We had a multi-head, the 4-head, and we swapped it for the 8-head because we just needed a bit more output. So there you go, nice and quick. This shouldn't be too tedious of a job to do, otherwise you'll never do it. It should just be quite a nice. And if you do it regularly, you do it monthly like I do here, they're generally not that bad. So that is bobbin case number 1 cleaned. I'm going to whip down the line. This is your sign to go and clean your machine. Now we go on to the needles. So the needle rotation I do here, as opposed to change every single needle every month, white and black is pretty much in every design. It's by far the most popular colours that we embroider. So obviously them needles take a hammering. White and black currently are on needles 1 and 2. So I'm going to pull out needle 1 and 2 and replace them. And then what I'm going to do is run round the back of the machine, move white and black thread from needle 1 and 2 and put it into 3 and 4. And the colours are in 3 and 4, swap them to 1 and 2. I just have this thing of, I don't want to run this machine year in, year out, hammering needles 1 and 2 and putting all the wear and tear on like the bearings and like the sort of the crankshaft behind needle 1 and 2 and just absolutely obliterate them. So I like to move them down the machine as we go. And then obviously next month we move from 3 and 4 to 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9, etc. So we're moving the most used colours down the machine, changing the needles as we go. The exception to the rule is needle 15. So in needle 15, we have our 65-9 smaller needles, and it's typically got thin thread on it. Now we only on occasion, I think we may have, like we're doing a real complex design, we may have had to add more thin needles, but typically we will just keep needle 15. We only really need 1, and it's usually always got white thread on it. It gets used nowhere near as much as any of the others. So yeah, in short, that's our needle rotation, and I feel like it just adds fair wear and tear down the machine, you know, behind the machine, in the crankshaft, in the drive unit, etc. It's not just battering needle 1 and 2 for years and years and years. Now the needles that we use typically in 1 to 14 are your 7511s. So your standard, these are some Schmidt ones, or Schmidt's ones, however you say that. Anyway, yeah, 7511s. They're going to go in, so yeah, we're just changing 1 and 2 all the way down the machine. And obviously, as we pull them needles out, we use our little cloth. We give the presser foot there a nice little clean up. And then yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down the machine, change 1 and 2 all the way down, run around the back, flip all the threads, come back round here, pull all the threads through, re-thread up the machine, and then that is maintenance done for another month. The last job I need to do is pull the bobbins out of there. You can see that. This gets all the fluff, dust, grit, grime off of them bobbin cases. They are like brand new, so I'm going to pull them out, dry them off, little bit of oil on them, all new bobbins, back in there, ready to roll. So there we go, that's my monthly machine maintenance routine. Maybe a little bit excessive, takes a little bit of time to do, you know, to re-thread up sort of 4 needles at a time. I like it because we're not changing 15 needles every month when we haven't used all 15 needles in a month. But I know we use white and black, and I know we use white and black a lot. So in 4 weeks' time, I'll move white and black from 3 and 4 to 5 and 6, and then change needles 3 and 4. So over the course of the months, as we're sort of working our way down the machine, all the needles are being changed behind it anyway. And that's just something I like to do. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm Darren from Squeeze Orange Print Shop, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.